go piss in the ocean.
Well, better that than elsewhere. I wouldn't want them pissing on somebody's window.
Look, I think they are already done pissing on people's rights to be what they really are to themselves.
Yeah, because that's what I need in my LPs. Political discussions.
Oh, sorry. I will shut up now.
Oh no, it's okay. I'll probably say it myself if it was actually relevant. But, I mean, seriously? Well, we were talking about your choice of color clothing, and somehow we get in onto gay rights. It just seems weird.
Yes, it is weird, but we are two weird people.
Well,
trust me, I
know
think
what you are. You are definitely weird, but
look, if I am weird, would you not also be weird for hanging out with me?
Guess that's kind of true.
So maybe you seek madness to
well,
experience.
I will not deny that I prefer people who are absolutely crazy, like my family, you, my girlfriend, and everybody else I'm around regularly. Because, quite frankly, I met normal people.
Normal people.
Yeah, those
you mean
so-called
those
normal people.
Or rather, those that I prefer to call made by a factory, you know? Like when you mass-produce toys and all that. Oh, this is the same kind of person. He has that attitude like that other person next door.
You love ranting, don't you? Do you have do you have a soapbox glued to your feet?
What is a soapbox?
Do I have to tell you that again?
Oh, that thing. The English thing where you can complain about everything.
Yep.
But no,
you must admit, you love ranting and you love raving and love going on about your topics.
You know, I am a raving lunatic, and right now I am a bloodthirsty raving lunatic, so excuse me.
Which is kind of a shame, because there's no blood in these things.
Yeah, not even oil.
No, that's probably why I can't drain them of life.
You know, I really feel like singing the Power Rangers theme in a very sarcastical tone. Or sarcastic tone.
Why?
Because these are robots and the Rangers use robots.
Oh, well, that sounds logic. If I ever heard that.
Because these robots have nothing on us. They are weak.
Money equals power. Power equals camels. Camels equal 5 celery. 5 celery, quid pro quo.
Yeah, I do not understand that, but you make no sense.
It wasn't intended to make sense.
Look, you are worse than Gordon Freeman of Freeman's Mind sometimes.
Which reminds me, Freeman's Mind updated today. Wonderful.
Yeah, I saw the new episode recently.
Recently? You mean like today?
Yeah, today, maybe an hour ago.
Oh, okay. Wonderful episode.
I have to say, I sort of like it.
You sort of like it?
Yeah. Let me say, on a... okay. To be perfectly frank, I love it. Because I think the idea is a good one, but the idea that he wants to take some drugs from a gun, that is...
Hey, when you get desperate enough... I mean, seriously, there's people huffing paint to get high, so why not?
I do not understand this entire thing about drugs, but we can discuss that later. Right now, this eeks of final boss battle or something like that.
Well, there's a rebirth fountain, and I think we found the labyrinth proper.
Right. This is going to be very tough. And trust me, I get the feeling there are also traps down here, not just beasts. Bad doggy! Bad doggy! Do not chew on the Magus. Why do those
We should have a sign like that. Please do not chew on the Magus.
Do not chew on the Magus. He is not a chew toy.
That's kind of redundant. Just don't chew on the Magus.
Do not chew on the Magus or his bony friend.
Well, I can kind of understand why the dogs want to chew on Mortimer. I mean, you know, dogs and bone and stuff like that.
Yeah. Sorry, but when I said do not chew on the Magus and his bony friend, my mind cut back to that time, if you have read Looking for Group, where Richard was actually nailed to a mast, and he mentioned to one of his friends, "Come on, Kale, climb me to safety."
Yeah, I don't follow that webcomic. I read a bit
you have
of
to read it sometimes. It is hilarious. You will love Richard.
I already know about Richard. I just don't read the comic.
Also, you did notice that his titles have been updated to Lord of the Dance.
No. As I said, I don't follow the comic. I know about it, but I don't follow it.
He also succeeded in actually making a Rickroll sound cool.
Oh yeah, I found a link to that particular comic. You just
I have to say, his voice is tolerable.
There's a health potion over here for you.
Yeah, I can stand his voice, but the Rick Aston voice, oh,
Rana?
Yeah, right.
I don't follow that comic. I have looked at it. I'm not interested in it. Do I have to?
No, you do not need to hammer it in. You do not need to nail it to a cross and say, this is not what I like.
I mean, okay, if you understood that part.
Trust me, when you get to know me, it is better to just let me finish my ranting and wait for a pause.
When I get to know you. You mean that after 7-9 years, I don't know you?
Well, you know a lot about me. I think you basically know my very deepest psychic.
Yeah. I will say that I in fact do that.
And
which is why I
just
try to stop you now rather than to listen to another part of your rants. Also have to be unable to hear anything for a while because I'll be removing my headphone just to prevent my brain cells from committing seppuku.
Okay.
Oh,
I get it. I saw...
Do we even know how that's pronounced, by the way? I'm not certain I'm doing it right.
First of all, you need to come again with what the word was. I was just
seppuku.
busy killing...
You know, the whole Japanese samurai kill yourself thing?
Seppuku, some calls it. Other calls it harakiri, I think. I think one of them is when you try and chop off your head. The other one is when you stab yourself in the stomach.
How do you chop off your own head?
By having someone... No, wait, that is execution. Then I have no idea, really. But you know that during this... I know what seppuku is. That is when you stab yourself. But if you have a good friend, they can take the shorter sword than the katana and actually chop off your head to, shall we say, shorten the pain. But I really do not get it. Why the heck would they also build samurai armor that could actually open itself right at the heart in case you actually failed?
Well, because then suicide was considered an honorable thing. Heck, some of the politicians even do it whenever they fail, like when they really fail, or rather discover to do stuff like stealing or stuff like that, I think. I mean, that's another point where Danish politicians just lag behind, I guess. Ooh, Bat Fang.
But then again, we Danes also have our share of, shall we say, blood and gore.
Like what?
I can tell you in a moment. I just need to kill off these things. I will not say that we have blood and gore today, but we had in the past. Remember the spread eagle?
Yeah, you kind of told about that up to multiple times.
Yeah, and I still mention it because I think it is just as, shall I say, horrifying. But then again, the Japanese thing is something of honorable suicide. The other Danish thing is something of a ritual humiliation.
Yes, because having your rib cage broken open and have your innards exposed to the air is so embarrassing. I mean, I hate it when it happens. Everyone's just laughing at you.
Look, I am just telling you what I know from historical facts, but
it's just that I wouldn't describe it as embarrassing, and we have to go back. We're missing a rule. Embarrassing is your pants dropping down in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Having your ribcage torn open and blah 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 blah. It's not embarrassing. It is in fact fatal.
Maybe the Vikings thought it was humiliating that you exposed your flesh instead of your... Yeah, I do not know.
I mean, how would you describe it as humiliating?
I have no idea, but then again, I am neither... I am not a Viking, so...
No, that much is certain.
It's not exactly like I have Viking blood in my veins.
How do you know that?
I really get the feeling that after a few hundred years, I am not really related to Vikings in that manner.
Well, who knows? I mean, if you had ancestors back then you would be related to Vikings. Technically.
Huh.
It doesn't make it, I mean, I know you're not particularly Viking-like, but...
No, it is not like I have a big beard and
well, I'm pretty sure
weird.
not all Vikings had big beards either.
No, but I do not have the physique of a Viking, I can tell you
On the other
that.
hand, I'm not sure they had razors back then, so who knows?
I have no idea. But maybe that would be the reason why I sometimes maybe a bit nah, I do not know. Maybe when I throw a fit and get angry, maybe that is because I have been, maybe one of my ancestors have been a Viking. I do not know.
I don't think that's how it works. You know.
No, but then again, there's also one of these horror movies I've seen reviews of where they actually mentioned that one of those berserkers, if you know what those are, some claim that they can actually be inherited through your generation. Imagine, if you had maybe a berserker as an ancestor, that would explain why you are quite strong.
Well, I wouldn't exactly describe myself as strong. I know my girlfriend's
I can tell that you are strong. Remember, I think it was not the last summer, but the last summer again, when you came to my house and we fought with those wooden staves.
Oh yeah, didn't I break one?
Yeah, you broke one, and I also think that I gave you a hit on the leg, but you hardly flinched.
Yeah, but let me tell you, my girlfriend's stronger than me. That I'm certain of.
Stronger, as in, if it is physical strength, I believe it. If it is knowing how to hit in the right time, I also believe it.
Yep. Because unlike me, she's actually got, well, martial arts, self-defense training was actually maybe more correct to describe it. Plus, she works more than I do with hard physical labor.
You know, I will not say I have hard physical labor, but I do get my.
She works in a zoo. That
But
means
again,
carting out barrel loads of shit, literally.
yeah, I will not say I do that, but I do not know how to pronounce it in English, but I also do my lifting when I go to work.
Yeah, you work in a store.
Yeah, I work in a store, but you will be surprised to see how much crap can pile up. You know what I especially hate?
Old people?
No, old people I can get by as long as they actually know how to use their brain cells, whatever remains. But still, what I really hate is when a customer, I think it is the middle section of our store, when they just drop a jar of pickles or something like that and it just floods all over the floor and I just get called in to say, can you clean that up? Yes, I can, but why can I not just stand still? I swear, sometimes I think they really just try and drop them down to the floor.
Who knows? There's probably some children who would do something like that.
Trust me, I have seen some pretty hyped children in there.
Oh, I can imagine.
But then again, I also saw a little girl once that actually asked me, why are you crawling on the floor with that broom? Well, I am trying to clear out under the shelves. So,
There's some automatoid down here and a trap.
Yeah. But apparently she asked me, yes, what are you doing there and why did you find that piece of candy? Because people keep dropping stuff under the shelves. And I have to say, it is quite nice to actually have an intelligent conversation with maybe just a 7-year-old girl.
Well, you do sometimes find intelligent children, but most of them are not. I mean, my girlfriend has told some stories about them throwing around rabbits and chasing the young goats. And parents dragging animals out of their houses, which there are signs that warn you against doing, just so that their kids can pet them. She's not so fond of them, and she says the worst thing is when kindergarten comes. Then the caretakers just sit down at the playgrounds and let the kids run all over the place sometimes. And she's not fond of kids to start with, finds them annoying, thinks they scream a lot.
You know what? I have to say something about that. I think I am a bit more, so to say, in the same mind as my mother when she once mentioned to me, sometimes those kids at kindergartens are treated like spoiled little brats and princes and princesses.
Yeah. Much to the horror of anyone who has to work with them. Like my girlfriend.
You know what? I think if it was not because people are so scared, I know this sounds very, very rude, but so scared shitless of all this so-called sexual harassment, you really just feel like taking them up and giving them a solid spanking and say, stop doing that crap.
I'm not that's not sexual harassment. I'm not sure how you make that sexual harassment.
Trust me, people really think that everything is sexual harassment. It is sexual harassment even to yell at a child sometimes.
What? Where have you heard that? That's ridiculous.
Yes,
I
but
mean,
then again, people are idiots. Some people are really idiots.
How about telling me where you heard that yelling at a child is sexual harassment first? That would be very
Yes,
nice.
sorry. Take it easy. Hold on. I am just trying to survive at the moment. But no, to tell... Alright. To tell the truth, no, I have not heard it, but that will be the next thing. I have not heard...
Yeah, but then don't say it like it's fact like that.
No, but really, I am getting so... Yes, again, sorry that I swear, but I am so pissed off that people are so overprotective of their children.
That much is true, yes. But it's not sexual harassment. It's against child violence, I think is how it's called.
You know, I really think that sometimes I think they should actually focus their efforts on the actual molesters of children that apparently also lives here in Denmark, than just say, oh my goodness, that child is talking to an employee at this store. I must be really careful, he is probably a molester.
Have you experienced something like that, heard something about that, or what?
Well, I can say that girl I talked to, and I told her, this is what, why is there candy under this shelf? It is because people drop it there. I saw her mother just, it was like her eyes were trying to get out of their sockets just to watch me. It was like she was just saying, I am watching you, with her eyes.
Oh yeah, because you know, strangers and stuff like that.
I mean, for heaven's sake, I am an employee. I am a perfectly sane employee at this store. And she looks at me like I was some kind of dagger-wearing murderer, like I was Jason Voorhees himself.
People get a bit crazy when it comes to the children.
You know what? I really just felt like say, take your wares, take your child, and leave. Check in at a center. You are paranoid, lady.
Well, the media loves hyping the dangers of pedophiles and stuff like that, so no wonder people sometimes get paranoid.
Well, to my mind, I do not like pedophiles. But then again, I can understand.
Well, I will say I've often